Welcome to Greg Ventura. We got tables, chairs, bulldozers, bulk material, and it's nice and foggy and cool. 17 bulging bunkers of bulk material and all the equipment you need. Beautiful 5 Points, Midtown Ventura. So, over here with Greg Webster, it's our Ventura podcast, kicking off Greg Rent's podcast, Greg Rent's YouTube channel. We've got Mr. Spencer Noren from Ventura Forward, the infamous.
Let's go.
Mr. Roland Stone from Sespe Media. We're trying to get more people out here on our podcast, more how-to videos, just bringing information, bringing entertainment to you guys, and bringing the facts, the truth about Ventura today. Mr. Spencer Noren, tell me who you are. Tell me how you are, why you are, where you are.
Okay, Greg, what's an intro from Ventura Forward? Let's go. I appreciate that, Greg. You know, biggest thing I would say about the podcast is I just want to be here to share people's small businesses in Ventura and build our tax base and build pride and build culture and, you know, make mistakes and pick people up and do all of it above together.
Yeah.
You know, and I love the fact that you have chosen this corner to bring your business. Everyone's time is valuable. Everyone's really busy with their family.
Yeah.
You know, we all know that. That's what you hear from everybody, no matter what industry you're in. So it becomes time is money, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully this podcast and other podcasts that I make create more time and money for people, because that's what we know is true right now in our society, and then we can create more time with our community and our family.
Yeah. When do you find time to do this? You know, I kind of always just strike when the iron's hot.
Mm-hmm.
When does Spencer find time to go make a video and plug a business?
Great question.
Out there every day in the streets, bro.
Yeah.
Cleaning the streets.
That's the story of Ventura Forward. So if we're talking that podcast, people say, well, get off, like, what is Ventura Forward? They've never seen it before. It became a community service of 24-hour activation to do whatever it takes necessary to make the town clean.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I get more and more, I tell people that know about Noren's Market. Noren, a Norwegian last name, Noren, was on the side of a building.
Yeah.
In 1961, downtown first, actually. And
Yeah.
then by the college, I just saw a gentleman today that my grandfather, Noren's, used to have a baseball team. And
Yeah.
there was this lineage of all of this stuff that I was born into.
Uh-huh.
So that's a big part about my story is, what's Ventura Forward? Ventura Forward was developed many years and decades before me, but it was called Noren's Market.
Oh, wow.
And Fillmore's Market.
Wow.
Very similar to, I think, how you would call Greg's Rents.
Yeah.
Greg's Rents is just
no double plural, bro. It's Greg Rents.
Greg Rents. Greg Rents. I double plural all the time, I guess. Greg Rents. I just learned
there you
that.
go. You got it.
Greg's Rents. Greg's Rents.
For
He
the
said
record.
it. He said the S again.
No, I was thinking how I've always said Greg's Rents.
So you're kind of like me in a sense. I'm a 6th generation Ventura County businessman, and that's what motivates me. We were all sailors, you know. Our boat sank. I got a boat sinking in Lake Casitas right now. After this, I'm gonna haul ass to my house, go and get my trailer, and they're literally blowing me up. Hey, your boat's sinking. But anyway, that's what motivates me to kick ass in Ventura and give back to our community.
Yeah.
I think that's why you and I get along so well. We're out planting trees together, not because we like want to toot our horns, but we actually give a crap about our town.
Yeah. Well, tooting your horn is good.
Well.
That's what's been mistaken, I believe, through, and going off cusp here, through
Silence the phone.
Yeah, good point. Because that was a big moment for me to probably stop what I'm going to say, but I'll still say it. No, I'm kidding.
Going.
Is about scripture.
Yeah.
I don't know what scripture it is. We could chat GPT it about basically getting on your soapbox and tooting your own horn. It's like, thou shalt not, you know, basically like speak of the Lord, right? Represent the Lord, and then people will know how you walk. Okay? Great. Then if you know me, I took that customer service from Noren's Market, being a faithful Christian in Ventura, growing up into customer service. I got into bartending.
Yeah.
Serving the spirits.
Yeah.
You know, getting people upside down and going to Arizona State and serving them.
Tell me more about working at Noren's Market. How old were
Okay.
you when you started working there?
Well, dude, since the day I was born.
Yeah. Same here.
Right?
Yeah, same
So
here.
that sounds lame, but first paycheck was when I was 14 when you could be on the taxes, but it was 12 years old, I'm bagging groceries.
As soon as-
10 years
yeah,
old, I'm
same
doing the
here.
lettuce.
Same here.
Maybe it was like
Yeah.
getting in the way half the time, but
You remember your grandparents yelling at you? Or?
oh, dude, I remember my everything in
Yeah.
that sense.
Yeah, my dad worked for Safeway or Kroger, whatever, Ralph's for 40 years, and I was a kid going to work with
Yeah.
him in the produce department.
That's how your son's going to be. Canyon's over here hanging out, in
Yep.
between
Yeah.
little, he's got a 1 hour window where Roland doesn't have daycare. And I'm like, this is family owned, bro. You just make sure he's behind the counter, make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
Safety first, keep him with you at all.
He loves the
but,
yard. He loves hanging out here.
We're all about that. I wish I could be more like Yvonne Chenard, let my people surf and start my own daycare. One day we will. If we keep putting that out there to the universe
Yeah.
and tooting our soapboxes, we will be there. It's coming.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Make a daycare right here on this porch, man, and put a mom here and watch all the kids, and I'll pay her the rental. We'll cut her off a little slice of the pie, and everybody gets to eat.
Well, you're shockingly enough, I have the connecting piece for what you're saying in a cool
Come on,
way.
see?
And let alone, I don't know if you can insurance and that would allow a preschool on a yard together with heavy equipment.
I'll call my agent.
But
You watch out.
we could bridge the gap through what's happening with Ventura Forward.
Okay.
And what I'm creating, not only through customer service, through the community, is a business platform for community and small business to now see again to trade.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you can bring your inherited community service into a realm that then could equal a voucher to have your daycare. Or if you shop at Greg's Rents and do all your business there, you then could have a token or a voucher.
Well, you could become a member.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's getting into like blockchain technology. You know, I've talked about it on a podcast before.
Yeah.
It puts value in your community again because now you have a way to do transactions.
Right.
Transactions
Right. Well-
real time, fast, babysitting, dog walking, elderly checking in. You know, you could create value in these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that could equal people then going and redeeming the rewards at Greg Rents.
Huh.
Right?
Interesting. That's interesting.
Anywhere you
thought.
want
Yeah.
because you're in the community.
Yeah.
And that's what I want you to know that you're doing already with me and my platform. So thank you for respecting the Love Ventura Day of Giving, which we could do, dude, monthly, weekly. I plan on
Right,
using
daily.
your platform and asking you, even on this podcast, to get exciting stuff. I know Roland loves interesting stuff from Spencer and Ventura Forward. Let's go.
Let's go.
He likes, I want to come by, and you've already told me that I can do this, so I'm not asking. I'm, reiterating what you've told me, is like getting dirt and mulch
Yeah.
and seeing empty tree wells that are
Yeah.
tripping hazards and doing daily. So what Ventura Forward is getting into, Greg, in this sense, is like with the daily upkeep, it gets into daily, weekly, and yearly. Love Ventura is doing that yearly project, 1 day a year, and the comparison there in real time would be we planted how many trees that day? 8 trees, right?
Right.
Or 10, or we went down within 2 days. Did you come that second day?
Just that one day.
Right. Okay, the next weekend we went down there, did 8 more, so it was a total of 16. Whatever.
That's killer, man.
Yeah.
Good job.
And they only want to do throughout a whole year because of their watering truck and the employees that staff has, let's say 60 to 80 trees a year.
yeah.
I want to do 1,000 or 2,000, 10,000.
Yeah.
Let's put them all down here. Let's make it a rainforest, right, Roland?
Yeah.
Keep growing.
Johnny.
So within the process, we can't do 16 trees every 30 days. What can we do every day? The mulch, the dirt.
The water bags. So people.
What,
you gotta
right?
assign
Yeah,
people
yeah.
tasks.
What can we do monthly?
That was one part of a red tape we had in Oakview. I just guerrilla gardening. I wake up on Sunday morning. I'll stage the truck Saturday. Wake up Sunday morning, and I got a business owner that the city won't let us cut holes in their sidewalk. I don't want to go to jail or anything or get
Right.
financially in trouble or sued for somebody tripping. But the business owner says, yeah, go ahead and cut a hole in the side, in my side. And so, you look at all the trees in Oakview were planted by me, toot toot, on a Sunday out of my own pocket.
At the yard.
Yeah, using my own. No, not at the yard. Every tree you see up and down Highway 33 in Oakview,
Really?
I paid for and I planted.
Wow.
Just by talking to business owners. And some business owners told me, hey, go fly a kite. You're not planting a tree here. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, it's a tree. Come on, man. Even
Awesome. Yeah, great. Let's
my
go.
buddy Bill Wyrick from the Goodwill.
We need
they
more.
wouldn't let me
Ukes.
plant a
Did you
tree.
plant ukes too at all?
I did not, but we can.
We
down.
need to.
I got a couple spots right now we need to go hit.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
We need to put some right here on my yard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna this whole corner, you guys.
Are there empty,
Telegraph and
30
Dos
is there
Carinos.
empty tree wells right here right now?
yeah, there are.
There's one
there
right
are.
there,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a planter bed all around.
Get them.
That lot over there, we're putting a mural up. It's gonna pay
Yeah,
homage
I
to
wanted
the
to talk
laborers
to you
union.
about that.
Yeah.
We could pay some homage to Ventura Forward on that mural that's going up right
That's
here,
cool.
3050
Thank you. That'd be epic.
Telegraph.
It's a huge. It's like an 80
look
foot
at
by
that
20
ugly
foot
kid.
wall.
Do you have a? Do you have any?
I
don't
talked to
have a
Andrew
budget. I do-
already. We don't have Andrew that
I
did
do
the one
not
on the
have a
avenue
budget,
that we.
but if
the first,
anybody, I got heavy
remember?
equipment,
Oh,
power
yeah, yeah.
like
washers. I'll
7
buy
years
the
ago or
paint.
something.
Right.
I'll buy the paint.
Yeah.
I'll supply the man lifts, the pressure washers, okay, the painting supplies. But I do not. I'll buy lunch, but I don't have an hourly wage to pay somebody to do a mural.
Oh, dude, that
I
mural is
just
gonna
don't.
be like.
I tried to
know.
call the college and get their art department. They have a mural department at the college, and I contacted them and tried to see if they would donate some time, like their students could come.
Mm-hmm.
We get Andrew or some other local artist to come up with the design.
Yeah.
And then we just get a whole crew to come out and paint it. He gets the stencil up there.
Beautifying Ventura.
And yeah,
Paying homage to Spencer's vision, Noren's Market, the Webster family.
Oh God, I
on
love it.
Academy
Yeah,
Island.
let's go.
Why are we here, Spencer? Why are we doing this?
Well, we're trying
Why?
to build a tax base in a place that people can invest. And everyone says the same thing, so our kids can raise families here.
Hey.
Right? That's the
wrong with
magic.
that?
That's the magic. And
for
it's
the
great.
next generation.
It sounds great, but are we really doing what it takes for everyone's family or just our own?
Right.
And if we were to make a real talk about this podcast, that would be where I'd really challenge everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Ventura Forward. And that's for every day. I think people make fun of me, drag me through the mud, say I'm this or say I'm that, because I've chosen, and this is the real facts, and I love my wife, and I'll put this in preference, to put the community above my family.
Wow.
And I'm the first person, I believe, that says that publicly.
It's kind of socialist, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Believe in
It's,
communism?
no, it's the exact opposite. Because when we preach Ventura so much,
Yeah.
right? I could go right now. I could have a heart attack, right? And I watched my grandfather's money that was millions and millions of dollars, and one of the best working, providing stores of food, right?
Yeah.
And I ultimately watched my dad and my aunt, respectfully, lose it all.
Squandered it. Yeah. Same here.
And there's a lot of people, a lot of families that have a very similar story. You just replace the names, you replace,
Me.
right? Yeah, thanks,
We've
Greg.
been here since the 1800s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I here renting a property?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been here since the 1800s.
Good
Why
point.
am I
Put
here
that thing
renting
on
a property?
silent, bro.
No.
Seriously.
So,
It's not bothering me.
with that being said, I realized that it was the community, the coaches,
Right.
my moms in the neighborhood,
Right.
My high school teachers, all these people.
Yeah.
And I realized when I left and then I went to college, I still had no effing idea what I was doing.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they did the best job here in Ventura, but I felt I loved.
They gave to you, didn't they?
I felt that we had something.
Yeah.
I felt like when I went to Ojai, I felt like I was safe. When I went to Oxnard, I was safe. And when I went to Camarillo, I felt good.
Yeah.
And when I went other places, Arizona, I was cool. But I didn't claim to be a local. But I accepted the area. And when I went to Seattle and the Northwest for 8 years, I was cool up there too. But I didn't have a beard and was a Mariners fan and go fishing all the time. I love those things. I love baseball. I love hunting and gaming. And I love...
Well, it's
My point being is, right, the 805 makes you feel different. And that's what you're talking about. Why are we still here from 1800s? Why is Ventura doing what Ventura does? Because the 805 made you feel different. Okay.
Because people gave to you.
Yeah.
So let's go deeper on that. Like being a local and being from here for generations, and what's happening here now with all these big, investors and developers coming in, putting up these high-rise apartment buildings. I mean, how many have we had implanted into our community in the last 3 years, 5 years? 50, 100?
No, 10, 20, 20.
Oh, you're talking about the total number of dwellings
New
or buildings?
condos, like
number of dwellings or buildings?
complex, like
I would probably say about 10.
Giant
But-
apartment complex.
And I think I know, and Roland, I know where your heart's at with some of those descriptive words, and you're right. But it's also like what the majority of the community says they want in a weird way, right?
well, it is growing. Obviously, there's people wanting.
Yeah,
to move
and the
here.
state allowed this to happen, and a lot of these projects, and there's more coming, a lot more coming.
Right.
Big
I was on
big ones, dude.
So
things size of ones that we haven't even seen yet.
Straight down the pipe.
I'm
from Sacramento.
on the computer
Yeah.
every day researching for contractors, and I was able to find the map of the town with all the open permits,
Yeah.
and it describes what is going up there.
Yeah.
And there's at least 3 or 4 that I saw that are in construction right now that are multi-unit.
And that's Ventura Forward, Roland. See, you're looking deeper, and you're on the website, and you're going in there and getting in public comment and getting your voice heard and let everyone be known. And if you just saw this podcast again, too, it'd be like, hey, I want your voice to be heard. I want Greg to be an owner to let his voice be heard. You have a 3 way of getting involved, Roland. And here's the answer again. I think I have it. And that's what's so fun right now. The moment that I'm in, I'm not going to be in it forever. But I have these moments like that to say, we got to put our money together to buy those apartment complexes. And the one where Tilly's Marine is a perfect example that was vetted and could have been built for, let's say, 55 units. And it was approved for 55 units, and it was constructed for 55 units. And all of a sudden, time goes by, and they call it kicking the can down the road, or the process, or these different things. Then all of a sudden, laws changed, and then this group all of a sudden can see 4 or 5 times X, and it's still not built.
Is that the one in the harbor?
No, it's the one right here on
Across the street from the wharf.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, right, okay. And then all of a sudden, Mikey Taylor's group goes, oh, whoa, let's put our net across all of these. Nothing against Mikey Taylor, we just use him as an example because it's called Commune Capital. They're in Thousand Oaks. There's hundreds of those development groups everywhere, right? It's just the game. Okay.
Who's Mikey Taylor?
Mikey Taylor's a professional skateboarder. He came out with a podcast. He's in this, got like a couple 100,000 followers. He then became a Thousand Oaks city council member.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So everyone's like, you think you're a local guy from Thousand Oaks, but you turn pro skater, but now you're a developer. Now he's coming into Ventura to develop this stuff. So we're always kind of like poo-pooing him, calling him kook,
Right.
kind of making fun with him. He kind of knows it's a joke too,
Snake
but it's
my leg,
true.
bro.
And here's why, Roland, because guess what? He could have built out 55 units. But no, now you can do 88 because you offer a certain amount of low-income units. Now you
Right.
can go a story and a half higher. The rooms don't have to be as big
I
as...
think it's cool that they have these complexes that are different. Like, they don't just have the fancy luxury 3-story, rooftop house. They have the lower income.
That's cool.
And like the Wave has the business front side too, over
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And then they have the nicer big
There's a
condos,
lot of
all in the
positive,
same
a lot of
complex.
positive and negative to it. If the retail space is going to work, that they're finding out now. A lot of it's not actually. The sad thing, like if 20%, only 20% of that retail space is working, they write it out at a net zero loss.
Yeah.
My friend's a big builder. When you build that 6-story thing, you write the retail space at a zero loss. Meaning, like, basically, you don't care if it makes money or not because you're already making every dollar in that.
Right, you need to lose money, matter of fact.
Yeah, you might even need to lose money for no one to be in there to have some type of tax loss, right?
Right.
I'm saying. So they're playing games with us.
Yeah, and then they
and
say
so,
low income, and have you ever looked at the price of those things?
Well,
Some of
there
those-
is some
The
on that
lowest
rounded
prices.
corner,
there's a lot. Oh, there's a ton.
I don't want to be.
$2,800 a month. For
Roland's scared to go to low-income
$2,800
conversation.
a month for a one.
I've seen the people that live in those places, and they do fit the profile, I think.
Oh, got you there.
I
It's
don't know.
it's its own podcast.
Yeah,
But
totally.
there's
Here we
every
are today.
positive that we say now today has a negative collateral, right? Change. That's okay. We have to identify that as community and say, guess what? We see how these housing vouchers might be holding people down because they don't want to create more income and then get a better job and have to lose this place that's next to the beach. Or somebody that might not do this, do that, or whatever it is, you know? Like that's when we got to be able to have an honest system. And that's what I would love to continue to create with, you know, Greg Rose, Ventura Forward.
Absolutely.
Is open a dialogue like this through podcast, through social media, where I come by here, I talk to Roland once a week. You know, I want to build the relationship, like you said, like giving back.
I'd love to organize some kind of, not annual, but maybe even monthly community event or fundraiser or something where we go and plant trees, or we go and talk to kids, or whatever it is.
Necessity is the mother of all creation. Right now, we need more trees here. And
the mural.
We need some daycare. We need a mural. I mean, what
we
are
need
some
customers.
What are some of your needs, Spencer? Where do you see the community reaching out to you the most?
Oh, great question. Okay, that's what I would ask you. So you think about what are the community needs or Spencer Noren's needs?
Both.
Okay, I'll start with community.
Yeah.
Community needs are continued involvement at meetings, city council meetings. Very important.
That's what Spencer needs. That's what the community needs.
Yeah.
But they're not
Spencer's
going to do that. It's so hard. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
It's so hard. Civic-minded people, they're not being raised like that anymore. It's a dying thing, and every one of my volunteer organizations, the Rotary Club, the Ojai Chamber of Commerce, the California Rental Association, all the big corporates are coming and buying up all the little independent businesses.
Right.
And it's either you work for big corporate or you are big corporate. There's no middle class.
Right.
What you're talking about, what the community needs, is a dying thing. It's a problem.
Well, that's why it's number one.
Yeah. Okay, good.
coming from, I'm a little bit younger than you guys, and I know the whole world of politics and even local government. The younger generations are just not.
They're playing video
They're
games.
not involved. They
got their head
don't
in their
care.
sand,
They
they're playing
don't
video
involve.
games,
They
yeah.
don't. You know.
They're voting on it right before our very eyes, and poor guys like Spencer are in the meeting rooms just watching this stuff happen. And it's you're right. You're absolutely right.
Well, yep. And we've changed it in Ventura, which is great.
Yeah.
And so I have a fun analogy I think I'll incorporate back into. Number two, though, we need to strike a chord with an industry and really get a dream behind this town.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get everyone on the same page, especially after Main Street moves. Main Street moves in the pandemic were really bad for our town. They were really bad because it showed a lot of sides of politics, and it reared its head, you know, the proverbial monster. And we're a very political town.
Absolutely.
And I don't like that. And that's why I got more into politics. People think that I'm into politics. People like Roland know my story. People Roland, everyone watching this podcast got a love for Roland. He worked for me together.
We go way back.
We got organically built this brand as just guys in the 805 trying to create media. And I go back to that saying is that's what everyone should be doing. Search your heart to find the stoke, to share what you're stirring in Ventura. I think a lot of it leads back to your public engagement, seeking engagement, right? And there you seek opportunity through grant funding, corporate spending.
The money's out there.
Relationship building. And it doesn't have to only be through these old systems of what Greg listed off, Rotary, blah, blah, blah. It needs to be new platforms like
Instagram.
Ventura Forward. Let's go.
Forward, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we need to build that client resource management tool. So in the next 6 months, you're all going to see me, hey, fill out this questionnaire of 50 questions, please, Greg.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're going to be like, oh, we're part of this, and we're doing this. And then Greg has this opportunity to rent. And so that business, though, needs to be, this is going to be another tough one for everybody if they listen and watch this. Neutral. We have corporations in this town that think that their shit doesn't stink.
Mm-hmm.
And those corporations haven't done what's been right by the locals.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones that allowed the politics to come in. And ultimately, we've had a very lack of action community.
Yeah.
That's the truth, man.
Yeah, well, there's
Our pier took 2 years to get fixed.
Listen,
our pier took 2 years to get fixed.
A lot of times, the city council's not advertising their meetings.
Yeah.
You know, they're hiding. They're not. It's public knowledge when they're having it, but you got to go out and seek it out. It's not like they're advertising when the big vote's coming down the pipeline.
No, I know.
Okay?
I know. You're right.
And Ojai's even more of a shit show. I mean, with the roads.
Yeah, that was making national news up in Ojai with the Ants mayor and oh my gosh. I'm not even going to say.
The homeless tent city down by City Hall over there.
Well, that's where you think about, and there's a whole old philosophy about this, and I've been trying to pound it into my own head, and everybody else's at the same time, about Pareto's principles. And Pareto's an Italian philosopher, an economic professor, and it's about like when you're in business, and it might work for Greg's as well, to where 80% of your sales are from 20% of your inventory or services, right? And normally in society, you have this 80-20 theory that you're always bouncing across, whether it's like with economics and making money or a social experiment. Like in 31 flavors over here, there's probably a chance that 80% of the money is being made by 20% of the flavors. Strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, bubblegum, whatever they are, right? The other ones are just candy.
Right.
Okay? So you can constantly kind of lay that over everything that's happening in society to agree to disagree. And that's where the civic engagement was lost, and where everyone feels like it was unobtainable, and where the 20% is making the decisions for the 80%. That's where the locals, which is a term I've kicked around and squashed and picked up and put it on the ground again and spit on it, and then threw it up and cleaned it up and picked it off and put it in my pocket and said, if you want to be a local, you can come to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck where you're from.
Yeah.
If you admit on this podcast or anywhere else and say, I love San Buenaventura or Oakview or Casita Springs, and you know what's going on there, and you accepted the culture. Not if you live there, not if you're born or raised from there. That gives you more awareness of the culture, but it doesn't give you the right to say you're a local, because you can be a grumpy local. And that when I moved home, I was tired of the grumpy locals. And believe it or not, some of my biggest haters are the grumpy locals.
Right.
Because they don't
probably knew since you were young too.
Yeah, and knew my dad and my grandpa. I want to bring up old crap and other stuff, and I just laugh or even say things about me now or my family and think that because you know about me. All of this stuff, man, it's really funny to me.
Well,
let's talk a
little. You
little.
got to stay on the gas. That's one thing I always appreciate about you is you just got to keep moving forward. And when I say stay on the gas, you keep your foot on the accelerator, keep your hand on the throttle, and just keep moving forward. Things are always going to be in the past.
Let the haters just fly by you.
We got a lot of stuff in the past on my family, and that's what drives me to do it. I was honorary mayor of Oakview at 26 years old. And I put on the Easter egg hunt, the beauty pageant, the Memorial Day parade, the Christmas tree lighting, and it was always just a big pain in the butt. But when you see the community responding and having, the Christmas tree lighting, when the kids are sitting on Santa Claus's lap and telling them what they want, if you want the community to give to you, you have to give back to them. I always appreciate how you're on the gas out there in the community.
Thank you.
Whooping it up. That's important to me. And that's why I'm willing to support you. If you're at a council meeting or you need me to show up, just let me know, man. And I got a whole army of people that give a shit just like we do, bro.
Rock and roll. And that's what we need to really incorporate. Roland doing this podcast and talking like this is huge.
Right, just brings awareness.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's again, it's not even. And if I had a list of, now we need to go to city council in Ojai and talk about this, and this, and this.
Yeah,
that's a different platform, right? But we don't.
Right. It's
literally what's important to you. Like tonight, it would be like, I just know this because from social media at Oxnard City Council meeting, they're talking about the OPAC, the Oxnard Performing Arts Center. They need someone to sponsor it. You can maybe even go to the meeting tonight and find out how much money they need for the OPAC and step up and say, Greg's rent, we'll put or Ventura Forward, we'll put up $10,000, $25,000. That's where we can invest, not only with the property that we could also maybe buy to build the 55 units that might have 12-inch higher ceilings, 200 extra square feet in the kitchen, maybe actually have a pool downstairs.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, Roland?
Yeah.
Like a higher quality of life, my dude.
Yeah.
When people are saying like, well, the high cost of living is so cheap, blah, 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 blah. Well, have we proven that supply and demand makes a difference? So because what someone like an investor says, well, don't you want the 88 units opposed to the 57? 30 more families with a place to live.
That's right.
It's a tough conversation.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's where the rubber meets the road.
I think
And that's
the crusty old locals are upset about the bigger units because that means more people move into our small town.
Well, no, the crusty old locals don't even want either of the buildings in the first place.
Right.
They want Tilly's Marine.
Yeah. Well,
So there's layers, but yes.
Yeah, and I don't, as a business owner, I don't want to be taking sides either way, Spencer. You know, I'm a business owner. Our mission statement is to help homeowners improve their property value and beautify the Ojai Valley and Ventura County.
Right.
Now, is an 88-unit apartment complex at Tilly's Marine right next door to the wharf the right thing to do? Look back and ask myself, hey, what would great-grandfather Harvey Webster or great-great-grandfather H. Bay Webster have to say about that? You know, they used to launch boats off the pier and be like island packers. What would they say? You know, growth is good.
Yeah.
It's good for the economy. It brings in
Sure.
revenue, but you got to have jobs. I mean,
Yeah, growth.
so it's
Absolutely.
it's definitely going to happen whether we like it or not.
I'm not against it. I'm not even one to say that I'm against it either. I just think it's important that I'm the one that says nobody wants to say the negative stories
Right.
on real time.
Yeah.
And know that the Star Free Press and these local media outlets, dude,
They're bought and paid for.
not only that, they're not even going to tell you in real time.
Right. You experience a lot of censorship on Instagram.
Not anymore. Not in the, for years prior, tons.
Really?
Tons, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been more shadow banned and know that I was shadow banned. My account is on absolutely fire right now. Dude, 1 million people saw my account last month.
Wow.
1 million people.
Wow.
I saw
Are you
you post
getting
that
paid?
one.
A million
that one
people.
Are you
video.
getting paid?
Now I am finally.
Good for you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. But I want to say, and that full conversation about what I need as Spencer and Noren is to supply for my family, right?
Yeah.
Just like I know Greg needs to supply for his family and his employees' families. And it takes money to make money, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I need currently right now is partnerships in the community that can say, you know what? Spencer's time and resource and the team that he's built at Ventura Forward is worth the advertising, the marketing, and the community involvement.
Right.
It's something new. It's something new that I currently, if I can shout out some of my sponsors.
Go ahead.
Pizza Chief. Kurt over at Pizza Chief. Shout out Big Chief. He's doing comedy shows.
Oh,
He's doing
sick.
Super Bowl
Nice.
parties.
I love it.
I got $20 gift card for you guys right now at the top of my cusp, actually. You guys want some Pizza Chief?
Let's go.
Yeah, I got
I
two
can't
of
eat
them.
pizza right now because
They got salad bar.
I'm in this fitness program.
Salad
Shout
bar.
out to Josh Cohn.
Best
who's gonna
salad-
be on the
best- you know
podcast.
the
They
salad
got
bar-
something you can eat.
Salad bar, bro.
All right, I'll
And
get
Greg?
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, bro, Greg.
Come on, dude.
So every month,
That's dope, bro.
in our deal, Greg, we write in where
Thanks,
I get,
Vince.
Pizza Chief. Let's go, Kurt.
Thanks.
Let's go, my dude.
I'll go meet him.
And
Yeah, I'll have to get him on the pod.
yes, that's and Kurt's like, love what you do.
Yeah.
You say my name all over town. Do whatever you want. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone's receiving Ventura Forward different.
Yeah.
And that's where this business plan works for everybody because then everyone says, well, he's doing it for the money. No, he's not doing it for the money. He just needs to put food in his family's mouth just like I do.
Yeah.
And then I need to make about $10,000 a month. That's
but
my goal. That's a big goal for me. That's
That
paying.
would be good.
That's what I'm saying, right?
That's
That's
not-
every dad. My kids are both teenagers. I'm trying to save for college. I'm in the parliaments of my gosh darn life.
Let's say
You know what I mean?
say you get your 10,000.
Yeah.
And a matter of fact, it goes to 12,500, and you got an extra $2,500.
Yeah.
What would you do with that $2,500?
Going right back into the community for things I'm already doing. Paints. Oh, paints, trees, soils. Time is a lot too. Meaning like.
Well, I'm donating soil, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can find people to
Oh,
donate
I can.
trees
I can
too.
think of so much.
I know
Dude,
you're super about
Hiring-
the parks. What about like restoring some of the parks or improving the parks?
well, a lot of that stuff comes only things that we can have our own control over,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah, there's red tape.
Yeah, the
They
red tape.
won't let us. That's why I wake up and do
Greg's
it on
talking
Sunday
about
morning.
this question was about just in reference Spencer to let's say my income. What
Right.
would I do with my money?
If you
I
had
would,
a little
I would
extra.
try, I try to save it for my kids' colleges.
Yeah.
I would save it for maybe to buy a home. I'm still renting at $1,300 a month. I want to buy a home at some point.
Right.
And my wife is, God bless her, making a decent amount of money right now. You know, because when you're married, luckily, and you have somebody else have two incomes,
a little bit easier.
You can sway. I call it swaying the nuts, and no reference.
The pendulum.
The nut is how much money you need to make every month to save. And
sometimes you make more, sometimes she makes more.
And throughout our relationship of 20 years, I was making more, and she was making. Now, luckily, it's been moving. That's how Spencer's life's work. That's the biggest question I get to. How do you do all these things?
Yeah.
That's my biggest.
People ask me that.
Yeah. How do you see the economy going right now? I mean, it's February 18th, 2025.
Yeah, great question.
Elections are over.
Yeah.
New
Trump's
administration's happening. A lot of stuff's coming out into light, and it's been raining a little here. We had a holiday. It
didn't quite rain enough.
It hasn't been gangbusters busy for us. We've had a lot of equipment in the yard. We've been able to keep people on decently, but some people have been going home for being slow.
Sure. Yeah.
The Oakview yard is absolutely packed with equipment. And it's not only us, though. You drive by United or Sunbelt, there's a lot of equipment in their yards, too. How are you, the pizza, how's he doing? Is he busy?
Sure. Pizza's busy.
Who are some of the other businesses? Tell me some of the other businesses
great question.
that are flourishing.
It's a great question.
Right here in Ventura.
Pete's Breakfast?
I haven't spent that much grinding. There are businesses that are established in food. Because let's compartmentalize a little bit if we can. Like you're talking about United in the rental business, which is... I would love to know more about that business and find out how we can promote it and find out how the economy correlates to that versus the building and trade.
We are the only independent rental yard in Ventura, period.
Yeah, let's go.
And they've all been
support local
people. They've all been bought out by United and H&E. H&E just bought out Giffen. They were an independent. And before
Giffen got bought out?
Yeah, before the... ink could even dry on the H&E banners. United Rental made a play for, I thought it was 4.8, but I just read this morning it was $3.8 billion they bought H&E for. Well, guess what? United just retracted their offer because Herc came in and offered more for them. Okay, and Herc are right across the street from United on Market Street.
Yeah.
And they're fighting each other globally, nationally.
Really?
For
That's
billions
crazy.
of dollars. And here's little old Greg Rentz sitting on the corner of Dos Caminos and Telegraph Road in downtown Ventura.
Greg.
With
trying to get our piece of the pie over here.
Yeah. Greg, let me ask you a question. What percentage do you think of Venturans and 805s, potential customers, know about United, Hertz, Greg's Rents? What percentage of them know the difference, do you think, about the conversation you just described to me in 2 minutes?
I mean, the blue collar side of it, the contractors and landscapers and, the guys that are using equipment every day, they sure know about it.
We're more your smaller, the smaller homeowners, landscapers, and contractors gravitate toward the smaller yards. The bigger nationals are going over to the bigger national accounts. The bigger nationals are going after our.
So the question is about
going after our tax dollars. Everybody knows about them.
Right.
It's just, think of it like a honeybee. Some honeybees are going to go toward some flowers, and some are going to go toward other pollens.
Daisies.
And it's just that way.
So the question I think about the economy, which got us on this topic, is about. Is local going away to like local supporting local versus big corporation supporting big corporation?
Right.
And those type of builds. Like, let's say we have KB building homes.
Yeah, I went by there on Ocean.
Yeah.
I went by there and talked to their superintendent, and he said, "Oh yeah, we always go through Sunbelt." And I'm like, well, you're in Ventura.
That's what we're trying to put into local government, into civic government. I was working with Liz Campos a little bit and other government leaders coming forward that say, write that into the contract.
That's right. And that's why we need to go to those meetings. Hey, all right.
Yeah.
I'll vote for you to build that, but You have to use the local lumber yard, the local rental yard, and a local hardware store. You're not allowed to go.
Even better yet, too, to bring this podcast full circle, because this is raw, right?
Yeah.
Put more money in the advertising and media groups that we know are against the bottom paid ones that have the most biggest following. Call Ventura Forward.
Yeah.
And that's where this lobbying comes from. And that's this real business. Everyone says, oh, now you're offering Greg to be. No, that's the way it works.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
If they can do it, we can do it.
Right.
We got to get in there and do it, Spencer.
We're gonna do it.
Go to the meeting.
And that's why I already have. And so my friends keep asking me, well, which businesses do you promote? How much is? You would ask people right now. Well, Greg's paid you in the past, right? Nope,
No,
Greg's never paid me in the past.
not a dime.
I just know Greg's got my back.
Yeah, I'm paying it forward.
Yeah, and I know that.
If you needed me, I'd be there for you.
That's
in a
what I
flash,
mean,
bro.
Or now that it grows, I feel confidently then offering that package of advertising of $250, $500, $1,000, and Greg knows his books and the coordinates to what's changed, and that's what's called doing business. And I hate to use this word too, as men, because that's what Telegraph Road used to be, and Main Street. And we've let all of these social opinions come in and do things like shut down the Avenue to Main Street to Telegraph Road.
Right.
The Camino Real trail of the road of business in this community and county, they close it down to cars for yuppies who don't know about business. And that's all it comes down to. It's just people that don't know how to do business. They think they do. They're afraid to fail. And they surround those people with the 20%, the 20% surround people that want to hear yes, yes, yes. We know it's politicians. We know it's the government. Doge with a new government agency is going in and exposing all of this at the moment. We know this. It's fantastic to watch. And we're on top of the world, baby. So I think economics are high, Greg. I think economics are high. I think we can get those contracts. I think we got our brainchild more together. We got to put more. We got to put more resources together. Our time. I mean, I just got to know your story, and then you come and tell your story with 30,000 people, and we can do it. Dare I say it for free, bro? I got your back. I got to charge you, dog. Because you got the dirt and all this stuff. Let's just go farther.
I got more than that, bro.
I know you got more than that. I'm just kidding.
Needs her house painted.
Yeah.
Like
we're building the website right now, and so what can happen is you can open up this whole arm of Ventura Forward of says. I have a woman. You know what? I have a woman on the east side that just called me. She needs her sliding glass door fixed. Can you help me? Can you help me?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
I'll call Kevin Vanderwick. Get over
here. Yeah. And, but I had to tell her no because you know what? I went over there. I don't have the tools. Her faucet on her
we'll go help
tub
her.
is. Will you help her?
It'll never stop. Yeah,
You'll help her, Greg?
Yeah,
so
of course.
I'm gonna start.
But she'll pay though too.
Gonna
just give her
out.
Just give her half price or whatever.
No, I'm not a handyman, but you know I got a grandma.
He's got connections.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I'm gonna start a bulletin board in here where all the contractors that come through here can put their business cards on there, promote their business,
100%.
support other local small businesses. I already have like 3 or 4 business cards. A dude came in this morning. He just got his contractor's license, and I had called him. I don't know how I got his number, but he was with Apex.
Okay.
And then he's like, yeah, I just quit and I'm getting my license. And he's like, I'm definitely going to come use you guys every time. He came in and introduced himself today, and I set up a profile for him.
This place right here
shout out to Austin.
Is kind of the heartbeat of America. This is the heartbeat of the Ventura right here, our little rental yard. We've got snacks in here, cold drinks. We're here to help you. And yeah, you're just trying to grind through your day and get to your next job. You might be a little hungry and dehydrated. Here, man, here's a water. Here's some peanuts. Let me get you some service. How's your job going today? We're compassionate human beings.
Well, Greg over here is
free peanuts and water. They're free.
Every customer that comes in here that spends money in this yard, we will take care of that person. Whether
you need
it's
to use the restroom,
hydrating,
let's say you're
caffeinating,
and you need to sit down for a minute, man.
Really? There's a couple outhouses ready.
Charmin Ultra, right there. Like,
you know what, dude? I actually know what I haven't asked.
Come on,
give me a Ventura Forward outhouse. And I'll say, if you got to go to the restroom during the daytime, come on over.
Sponsored by Greg Rents.
An outhouse. We're connected to the sewer, brother. We have an outdoor restroom.
He's talking about a porta potty. He wants to put one somewhere.
I have one. I can. You want one?
Yeah, there is one in the Oakview yard. It's been sitting there for 10 years.
I'll rent Ventura Forward an outhouse.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I do. But it costs about $100.
We got to make a contract. We got to make it
every time you want to pump
proper.
it costs $100.
I think it would be fantastically awesome and funny because one of the biggest
I'll rent it to you for $1.
So people will go and like
now, why
make
is this
memes
funny?
of them shitting in the
Greg,
pit.
get back to why is this funny? Do you want to know what the number one need of Ventura probably really is?
Public restrooms.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how the Rotary Club was started?
Public restrooms.
They invented malls in New York, and all the moms out there shopping had nowhere to go to the restroom.
Really?
So the Rotary Club, the founders of Rotary,
Built restrooms.
built the first public restroom.
Wow.
And that's how it was started.
That's some history
I
facts
haven't
right there.
been the best Rotarian lately, starting this and having young kids, but I do belong to the Ojai Club. My grandpa was a Rotarian for
I'm in the
his
Ventura.
whole life.
So we're
I'm
basically
in the
establishing on this podcast, not only is our first call to action of working together with urban forestry,
yeah.
we're going to think about using public restrooms. Do you know that the public restrooms just on this year's budget got 1 or 2 more approved? They're called the Portland Loo. Have you heard of them before?
No.
They're at the new West, the Kellogg Park on the West Park.
Okay.
And there's another one at the West Park.
Cool.
And they're not porter potties. They're
They're basically
Permanent.
open air bathrooms. Yeah.
but they have stalls.
No, it's just one shitter, and
But
you can
it's
lock it.
enclosed.
Yes.
but it's open-
But somebody
open air.
in theory could
Okay.
almost like look on the ground and probably peek up at you.
Right.
So they're not very.
Not super private.
No.
It's called a nature pee.
Interesting.
You go
Is
check
this
them out.
like a
Portland Loo. They call Portland Loo
Progressive
because
thing, like to shit in
it
public?
definitely was a liberal.
I mean,
pardon me, I
have
just
you have you seen Clean Up Ventura's Instagram with the guy in the alley or the shit stains on the wall in the alley and
Yes.
stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we definitely need some toilets.
That's kind of the
I don't
whole.
know if they should be open
Well, that's
air,
the pigeon. You know,
but-
there's two. I don't know. We're going to wrap this.
We're getting close.
Let's
We're
wrap
at
it up
an
soon.
hour.
But the
Yeah.
pigeon analogy is one analogy for homelessness, and so is the mole, right? If you bring food for the pigeons, public restrooms is considered one of those foods, then they'll come around more. Okay. There's also whack-a-mole. When you use the word whack-a-mole, is used by politicians all throughout this county. My brother died in the streets. You guys want to know as we close this podcast? Rest in peace, Jared Eugene Noren, my brother.
R.I.P.
All that, thank you, sir. Appreciate you, gentlemen. All that comes from my relentlessness of this passion, from being different and not making as much money as I should, and being proactive with social experiments like being an influencer and asking people openly for new advertising things. All of this comes in the name of losing somebody,
Yeah.
build change on the streets, and
Yeah.
creating a new opportunity.
Yeah.
I have a couple friends with brothers that are homeless on the streets on drugs right now, and
yeah.
they tell me every day, like, I'm fucking weird. Like, been out looking for him. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
it's
alive
horrible.
right now.
Brutal, dude. And that's another
it's a-
thing we can help with, too. Get the word out if someone wants to shout out, right, Spence?
Yeah. Yes.
My grandpa always told me before he passed away, my grandpa James Webster, my dad's dad, he just said, Greg, the thing to do is when it's the right thing to do, you do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a lot. You guys, I said we wrap it up. Let's do another one.
Yep.
Let's do
Yeah.
another one again at your place or at the pizza place. Where do you guys want to see the next podcast? Comment. Let us know. Drop some comments.
Yeah.
We'll have some more discussion. Any last things?
Before
you
we
guys
go,
wanna
yeah,
say?
Spencer, if you want to tell the people where
No,
to find
come
you
in
or
at-
anything.
Coming to Greg
What's his
Rents.
swag, dude?
He's
I got some
supporting us.
shorts
I
for
told him
you.
to. I told him to promote himself, and he says, "Come
Do
to
you want to
Greg
tell everybody
Rents."
what waist size you are?
Oh, he brought us some
Yeah,
shorts
bro.
with the
What
Ventura
size-
Forward logo
What
on
size
them.
waist are
I'm
you?
tall, white, and goofy. I'm
He's
34,
34,
but probably about a 35 or 36 comfortably.
34. Oh my!
I'm skinnier
Did you guys take all the
too.
34s?
I know. I
skinny.
got the 34.
They were all the same size. They
Hey,
were all
I-
34s
I
here.
just weighed in this morning, Roland.
Nope, you're off. Actually, you know what? I got to come back.
Hey,
all three guys had 34s.
174.50.
Real quick before we sign off, I'm gonna let you people know we got 2 more podcasts coming up in the next week. We're gonna film. One of them's with Chris Sutton from Charman Hot Sauce. That one's gonna be really fun.
Burn
We're gonna
local.
do the hot ones, hot sauce, hot wing freaking challenge. Greg's gonna get his mouth on fire. That's gonna be pretty entertaining. And then we're gonna hit up my buddy Josh Cohn, the trainer at my gym, BSF Fitness. Shout out. We're excited to have you on this Thursday. So be on the lookout for those. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, Spencer, for
Yeah, follow Ventura
coming
Forward.
on.
Tag Greg Rents. If you got one advice from me is come to Greg Rents and come and tag it. Come in here and get your bathroom on, and we can joke around all these ideas all we want.
Come
it's
for your
about that.
propane.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop
For
by,
your
man.
firewood.
Come on down here, get the peanuts. Peanuts are on Ventura Forward. I'm doing that. We're gonna do something fun for your video. We offer peanuts, a bathroom. Come on down here, make some community. I'm gonna come on down. Let's get some coffee in there, maybe some drip coffee.
No, we got a
We
coffee
got free
machine.
coffee
We got
for
hot
all
coffee in
customers
there
that come
right
in
now.
here. Grab a water.
Yeah.
Anybody that comes in here
is
mentions they
home.
saw this
This is
podcast,
our
I'll give you
community.
a free snack of your choice. We got
It's our community.
beef jerky. We got corn nuts. We got
Whoa,
peanuts. We
let's
got
go.
pastries. We got fun dip and pop rocks.
And we're here. Listen, we're here to help you get your job done. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, I'm not money motivated. Money's nice; it pays our bills. But if you got a job to get done and you need our help, damn it, we will help you get your job done.
That's right.
That's my commitment, and that's how Spencer and I got to being friends.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, my bro.
Thanks again, Spence.
Thanks for your time, dudes.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap.